All right, what up, guys? Welcome back. 6 Cent Sports Podcast, Episode 5. We have some banger topics today. And most importantly, we have a special guest. So I'd like a warm welcome for Mr. Constantine Coquinos.
Wait.
Constantine, introduce yourself.
Yo, what the hell?
I go to high school with all these kids here, and I know a lot about football, and I hate the Dolphins.
What's your favorite team?
Eagles.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. We doing Waddle Smith first?
Yes.
All right, so long-standing debate within our friend group. Who's better, DeVonta Smith or Jaylen Waddle? So, Const, do you want to start? Or Kyle?
Don't matter. Don't matter.
Let Cons go first.
Let Kyle go first. Let Kyle go
God.
first. No, he did research.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
So, both very talented receivers, both questionable in some different cases, like scenarios and teams. You get what I'm saying? Some teams
What?
will do.
Yeah, what?
All right. Teams will do better. Some teams will do better with Waddle as a receiver, and some teams will do better with Smith instead of
I want this
Waddle.
player.
It depends on the scheme.
Teams are gonna do better with Waddle.
But
Oh,
Waddle would do better in most overall schemes
Wrong.
and is the better player and has shown that statistically throughout the 3 years they both have played. And without a doubt,
What did he say? I missed it.
Waddle has
Said
literally
Waddle's better in most
literally
schemes.
leads every stat over DeVonta Smith other than touchdowns, which is
And yards.
only a one. No,
I'm looking at it right now.
Waddle leads in yards. Waddle leads in
I'm
yards.
looking at it right now.
Waddle's got
I'm looking at
300,
it too.
Waddle leads.
385. All right, bro, whatever. Talk over me, bro. I'm trying to help you out here, Kyle.
I know. Go.
Waddle's got 3385. Smith has 3178.
I'm looking at last season, bro. I'm not looking at whole career.
Well, what the fuck are we arguing?
Career. Listen, I said career. As a
You didn't say
receiver,
career. I bet you didn't say career.
You want to bet? You want to put money on it? Waddle leads in yards.
You don't have any money to put on it. You don't have
Money on it. Let's run it.
You
All
don't
right.
have money.
Back to the top.
And you didn't sign up for the gym.
Throughout his career, Waddle performed better stats throughout, other than touchdowns, which is a 1 touchdown difference. And DeVonta Smith played like 2 or 3 more games than him in his career as well. Actually, might even be more as well. How many?
3.
3 more games than him with only one
game
touchdown.
breaking.
And when DeVonta Smith, there was 1 year that AJ Brown wasn't on the team with DeVonta Smith, right? I'm not tripping.
Yeah,
that
when he got drafted.
That was his
Both
rookie
of them?
season.
Both of them were the wide receiver 1 for 1 season until Brown and Hill came in.
Yes, and clearly we saw one do a lot better than the other when they were both receiver 1s at the time. And then one obviously got the best receiver in the league, which limited a little bit of his time, a little bit of target share and everything. And then last season for Waddle, rushing came out of nowhere for the Dolphins. But the passing game was still up there, obviously. But Tyreek Hill obviously had like 1,700 receiving yards. He was obviously the main target. He was also a little banged up last season. But let's go more like specifically skilled into the players. Waddle is by far a bet. Waddle is by far more explosive.
Yeah, what?
Dude, what are you're making no sense.
Yeah,
Listen,
you're saying
bud.
Tyreek Hill is the main player, like AJ Brown isn't the main player on the Eagles.
Okay, but
Listen, our quarterback also can run the ball.
Who's better though, Tyreek Hill or AJ Brown? Who's better, Tyreek Hill or AJ
running?
That's not the
What's
point.
that top 5?
Exactly.
All right, let's go into then just Waddle and Smith then. Waddle's more explosive. Him and Smith are arguably the same route runners. Go either way, to be honest with you. Waddle is way better versus man coverage. Way better. Not even close. And again, zone coverage. Smith
do you have
is
stats to back this up, or are you just yapping?
What?
Do you have
Yeah, that's
stats,
a no.
or are you just
What are the
talking?
stats?
Yes,
That's a no.
we have stats.
Can you tell us then? I want to hear
Sure,
it.
give me a sec. All right, so hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Kyle, I've got it in front of me. Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, just say it. I gotta pull it up. Hold on.
All right. So I don't know what stats you were looking at. Like, if you were just looking at last season, but I was looking at all 3 years. Right over the last 3 years, Jalen Waddle has a 53.3% route win
Yeah.
rate. Devontae Smith has a 40.5 route win rate. His win rate against man coverage for Jalen Waddle is 42.1. For Devonta Smith, it's 36.5. Against zone coverage, Jalen Waddle's win rate is 60.9. Against zone for Devonta Smith, it's 41.6.
Waddle also had a crazy stat against man coverage his rookie season, actually, which actually with a perfect 158.3 passer rating against man coverage, which is ridiculous, which led the league as well as a rookie, as a receiver when he was in the number one role as on the team against man coverage. Smith is obviously known a little bit better against zone coverage, right? But Waddle
No,
is arguably just
I
as
literally,
good.
Kyle, I
Yeah,
just
he
told you
just
that.
said that. No.
I just told you Waddle was better by like 20%.
Yes, in man coverage.
In zone coverage,
And I know I said they're both, but I'm saying Smith is better in zone than he is in man, is what I'm just saying there. But I'm saying Waddle's still
yeah,
better in zone.
yes, that's correct.
Uh, it's and it's not even close.
I want to put out some other stats here. So the counting stats, the receptions, the yards, the touchdowns, they're very similar for Smith and Waddle, right? Devonta Smith, or sorry, Jalen Waddle has played 2,299 offensive snaps. Okay. Devonta
Mhm.
Smith has played 3,042 offensive snaps. Smith has almost 800 more offensive snaps, and they're putting up similar counting stats. To me personally, I think that's a big thing.
Damn.
I disagree.
Waddle,
I find that to be more irrelevant
Jack.
because, well, is that only passing snaps or does that include running snaps as well?
that's all offensive snaps, but also I
Right.
looked it
So
up. I looked it up. Over the
Mhm.
3 years that Waddle and Smith have been drafted, both teams averaged 34 passing snaps per game. So it's
what?
not
And
to
how many
be.
running snaps?
I didn't look at the running snaps. I can look at the running snaps right now.
Do you think? I would think the Eagles have a higher pace of play, though, right? I would think they average more snaps a game in general.
Probably, maybe.
Maybe I do not know. Hmm.
That's what I would think. I'm not 100%
Oh,
sure.
30, 32.
Kyle, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing your research for once.
Yeah,
Agreed.
nice job.
I
Nice
appreciate
job,
it.
Kyle.
It adds a lot. Now you have to do this every time.
Thank you, Kyle.
So the Eagles averaged about 31 rushing snaps, or attempts, rushing attempts per game. Where's my?
Will, are you doing last season or from when they got drafted?
I'm doing in the 3 years that they've been drafted.
I did look at last season's like spread though between. I don't have the tab open up or anything, but I swear I saw on a website it was like I searched up like the share between like running how many running back snaps there were, like running snaps, how many passing snaps, all that yardage on both sides, who did better rushing and passing, which also plays into effect. That's I just don't have the specific numbers. That's it.
Will, did you find the Dolphins number or no?
I had to refresh the page.
Wait,
It's
so
about 25, 26 rushing attempts per game.
So what? And the Eagles were 32.
Yeah.
So over the course of 3 seasons, that's what? Let's say 3 times 17, 51 games. And that's what, 8 snaps a game. That's probably not the entire difference, but that's pretty close to the difference in snaps that they take. So I would think that like the snap stat that you said gets kind of negated by the fact that the Eagles run the ball much more. So like he'll be on the field for more blocking snaps than he will be for passing snaps.
yeah, but are you really putting Devontae Smith for out there for blocks, or as like a just?
Well, I'm not saying I'm not saying that. I'm not arguing to his.
Waddle out there for blocks?
I
Hold on,
didn't
hold
say
on,
that.
hold on.
I didn't say that.
I'm not arguing to his prowess as a blocker. I'm just saying that he's going to be out there for more run snaps than Waddle is because the Eagles run the ball more.
But wouldn't you say Waddle brings a little bit more of like a bigger threat, if you would say, like to like a deep ball type of thing in that scenario? Like if you put Waddle out there, aren't you always worried about him like burning past you? But Smith, you're not really worried about him flying past you. You get what I'm
You're not
saying?
worried about Smith taking a deep ball?
No, but
You're
I'm
right. You're
not
not
worried.
worried about him
I'm
burning
not worried.
past you. You're worried about him going from head top and your best defender.
Smith is not. He does not create much separation between his quarter. Waddle is good with creating separation between his quarter.
And
What
and
Smith
and
does, he creates his separation late. He
since
creates it
since you
late
want to
instead of
talk
off
about
the
deep
jump.
targets, I'm looking at it right now. Devontae Smith over his career has 20 so-called deep targets, and Jalen Waddle has 13. Is his career? No, 2023. Sorry, 2023. Devontae Smith has 20 deep targets compared to Jalen Waddle's 13.
Yeah, but
So
that was just last season, and also Waddle missed more games than Smith last season by like
a two
3
a
games. I'm
two
not saying
game
that.
two
I'm
games.
not saying. I'm not saying that's the. I'm not saying that's the biggest like difference maker. But you also look at the previous years before, right? When well, what about when Waddle
We
and
could look at
Smith
their
both
average
didn't have
too.
their.
If you want to talk about their average, Waddle averages 0.9 a game, deep targets, and Smith averages 1.3. So you can't talk about Waddle's deep threat because Smith is better at him than it. He gets more targets deep.
Who's more explosive though as a receiver though? Tell me that. Who's more explosive as a receiver?
I'm Waddle,
Who's
I
better?
guess, but that
Who's
doesn't.
better yard? Who's better yards after catch? When you put
Waddle's
the
more
ball,
explosive. He's not a better
if
route
you
runner than Smith.
They're two
what?
completely different things.
Bro, I literally gave
Waddle's
you
not a
four
better route
stats.
runner than Smith.
I gave you four stats
I don't
that said
care.
Waddle
I
is
watch with
better
my
at winning.
eyes. I watch with my eyes. I
You
watch my. I don't
watched?
care about the stats. Smith contributes more to the Eagles than Waddle would.
Wait, Cons, what'd you say? I didn't hear that.
I said Smith would contribute more to the Dolphins than Waddle does.
Contribute?
That's ridiculous.
Let me say something. Let me say
There's nothing
something.
to back that up.
Contribute?
Let me say something. Let me say
Jesus
something.
Christ.
So I was looking at some like more advanced stats yesterday, right? And I found this thing called target rate, right? Which is it takes the ratio of total targets to total routes run, right? So overall, it illustrates a receiver's ability to create separation and attract targets, specifically when the quarterback drops back, right? So Waddle had a higher target rate. He had 25.9. Devonta Smith with 23.2.
Okay.
Nice, Will.
Okay, so he's getting open more often and getting targets more often when he's open on the percentage of snaps that he's playing.
Wait, can you say that again?
So you're
So
basically saying that he's open more often.
yes, when
Oh,
he's
okay.
targeted, he's open more often of the time than Devonta Smith is. That's what it's pretty much saying.
Oh, I thought you were saying he gets more targets when he's open, which that's just natural now.
Right.
Okay,
But no,
okay.
it's
I
when he gets the
misunderstood.
target, he is more
He's
open
open. He's open.
The
Okay.
only
than Devonta
thing,
Smith.
in my opinion, is that Smith has a little bit better hands
A
than
little,
Waddle.
a little.
Not a
He got
little.
fine, better hands than Waddle, but Waddle doesn't need that good of
Waddle has
hands
a
when he's
higher
creating.
contested catch rate.
Hmm?
What?
Waddle's got a
Hmm.
higher contested catch percentage. Waddle's 36.2, Devonta Smith 35.9.
Kyle, you need better hands when your quarterback's trash.
No, but when Waddle creates that much separation, you don't need to have as good of hands, if you get what I'm saying. Like if he's creating 2 feet of separation, he doesn't need like the greatest hands in the world. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't need like the Justin Jefferson hands to go up for every ball. He's just running past people pretty much. That's basically it. Putting a route
Yeah.
on someone, putting a move on someone, and making him just create separation.
Well, like sure, but you could argue the inverse that you don't need to have 2 feet of separation every time when your quarterback could throw up the ball and you are the guy who could go and make the play, like Devontae Smith, where he could just you could throw it up on anybody. Devontae Smith goes up and he has a good chance of catching that ball. You could say the same thing that you just said about Waddle's route running. I could say that about Smith's hands too, and it would be the same. It cancels out.
Per- Personally, what do you think would be is like a more if you're a quarterback, what would you like to see more? A guy who's 1-on-1, right? Say Devontae Smith 1-on-1 with a guy, all like bodied up with each other, right? or a guy who's created so much separation where you just have to put a somewhat decent ball on it to where it's an easy catch and run. And with the yards after catch he has is ridiculous.
And we're not gonna act like DeVonta Smith is having like an inch of separation. It's not like he's still not cooking his defenders.
No, but what I'm saying, Waddle creates better separation. I'm saying so. Smith creates separation really late. I watched the video. DeVonta Smith creates it really late when he goes up for the ball, where he kind of like pauses his route a little bit at the end. You know what I'm saying? And like jumps up, like kind of into the corner, which is how he creates the separation, which is good. That's how he. And what Waddle, he just does it right off rip, off man coverage and zone. He just puts a move on someone and cuts it outside, and he's so quick. He's able to create so much separation.
Cons, you gotta start talking, bro.
I didn't
Like-
listen to anything you just said.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, dude. Waddle doesn't show up in big games.
That's fair.
Doesn't do anything in the playoff games. He sucks. When it matters most, he's
Waddle-
never there. He's never there when it matters.
That's true. He did only
Waddle
have 5 targets in last year's game against the Chiefs,
Oh,
Yeah, but they also threw the ball like 15 times.
but he
Some
only caught it
bullshit.
twice.
That might not be true. Yeah, but it was harder to throw in those conditions. If you want
A
to.
40%
Back in
catch rate.
2023.
Time out. Can I go back to the separation thing? So I'm looking right now, 2023, target separation versus man, which is basically like it's the average distance between a receiver and their defender when a pass is thrown. For DeVonta Smith, 1.95. For JAYLEN Waddle, 1.76. Okay, so you're acting like Waddle's butt ass naked and DeVonta Smith getting hugged by 2 dudes. It's not like that at all.
Yeah, but if you look at, you're just looking at last year as well. If you look at what he's
Okay.
done like throughout the whole career,
I'll take a look right now. Keep yapping about whatever, and I'll interrupt you like my good boy.
Why can't we go off of last
like you're
season?
my good
Why are we doing like?
and I'll talk.
Well, we're doing who's better,
Because
not who
last
had a
season
better
doesn't
season.
determine who's a better player. Just who's a better player in general.
and
Right
Will
now,
already,
I think
Will
Smith is a
already
better
listed
receiver.
out
He had a
who's
better
better
season
against
last
man
season.
and zone.
For 2022, the stats are the exact same. For 2021, Waddle was better. So for 2 years, DeVonta Smith had better separation.
So
versus
Waddle
man.
was better
in
than
his
Smith
rookie
when they were
year.
both receiver ones on their team, is what I'm hearing, right?
Wait, what was the stat about? Sorry.
It's target separation versus man, like the average distance between a receiver and the defender when a pass is thrown. Who cares about if they're the receiver one? Hold on. What does that matter?
That becomes a big part of it if you
Tell
really
me
think
how.
about it.
Tell me
Who
why.
stepped up? Who stepped up when they were in the lead role? Who stepped up when they were
We're
in the
not
lead
having a
role?
leadership debate. It's
Well,
not even about who's the
Waddle's
better
not
leader.
stepping up.
What did Concha say?
No, Waddle's not stepping his ass up. First 3 against the Bills in the playoffs for 8 yards, 1 catch.
Yeah.
In the playoffs.
He has Skylar Thompson throwing the ball too.
Yo, is G-Man Choi stepping up or no?
No.
Nah,
no,
Eric Simmons though.
All right.
Yo,
all right.
screw stats. I want Kyle and Constantine to just verbally argue this out.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
go.
saying.
I've been waiting. I don't know why my man did all this research.
Let's go. Let's see the argument.
Go.
I know you're sitting in your bedroom watching Smith highlights. You go to bed watching Smith highlights. No one watches Waddle
I
highlights.
go to bed. I don't want to watch that shit.
Oh shit.
Wait for Johnny Wilson. He's on the rise, bud.
Oh, now we're going to Johnny Wilson. Johnny Wilson's a
He's better than
buzz.
Waddle.
any receiver on the Dolphins.
Johnny
Dude,
Wilson is so good.
Wow.
Johnny Wilson will head tap any receiver on the Dolphins, hands down.
All right.
Any receiver.
Yep, any receiver.
What the fuck is this
Nah,
argument?
any
Tyreek Hill got baked by some kids at a football camp in high school.
Dude, bro, he literally let them do that. If you can't
Cap.
tell that,
He
if
got
you
shook
can't,
by
Do not
if you
let
can't
them
tell
do
that,
that.
you're an idiot. If you can't tell that, you're an idiot.
He got his
Literally
ankles
let
broken.
them-
He got head tapped at the Turkey Bowl, man. Kyle did too.
Old head McGee.
Yeah, I also held him to like only 2 catches.
All right, what's the next topic?
Can we? No, you didn't fucking say anything about
yeah,
Devonta
no, you
Smith,
didn't
bro. You
speak
sat
at
there and
all.
listened.
Nah, he made it. He just did all this research. He just did a bunch of research.
So he
So
proved
you're
you wrong.
admitting you got cooked?
So what? So he proved you
He's
wrong.
right.
You got
He's
cooked.
right.
Smith is
The
worse.
stats say Waddle's better. Right?
Yeah.
The stats say Waddle's better.
So tell me why you think
guys
Smith is
got
better.
cooked.
Tell me why
He's
you
a-
think Smith is
he's
better.
a
Then.
Yeah,
bot.
you
He does
haven't
more.
like
He
defended
does
anything.
more.
What does he
He's
do?
a more complete receiver than Waddle.
What does he do?
He does almost everything better than Waddle than run fast.
Did you not listen
You're
to
not
what Waddle
saying
said
what
for the
is he
past
better
Better
than?
30
capture the
minutes?
ball.
Everything is
Better
not.
catcher the ball. Better team player.
Better team player. All right.
Better locker room
Bro,
guy.
You're making us
What are you
look
in the
so
locker room?
bad.
Cons,
You're making us
Better
look
locker room
literally-
terrible.
guy.
Cons, we put out stats about Devonta Smith's catch or contested catch being lower than Waddle. So tell me how he has better hands.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yo, bro. This is
Guys,
supposed to be a
Waddle's apparently the
supposed to
best
be a
receiver
great
in the league
argument.
now.
What? Cons, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying? This is
Why'd you do all this
embarrassing.
research?
I was told to do all this research, Cons, for the last
We're just
time.
supposed to go at it. We're just supposed to go
Why
at it like
didn't
we
you
do
do
in
any
lunch.
research?
I don't need to do research. He's better.
He's not. You haven't
That's what I'm
named
saying.
anything that makes him better. Say something.
Better looking.
Don't be afraid.
Oh,
Better looking. All right.
This is supposed to be a quality argument, and it turned into Collins getting cooked in 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is a beatdown.
Cans, come on, bro.
Cons, you're making us look terrible.
Dude, I didn't do research. I just wanted to go at it.
Well,
And you
then
didn't even go at
if
it.
you did research anyway, you still would have got cooked, bro, because everything's in Waddle's way.
You didn't even go at it. You just said
Wouldn't
he's
have
better
mattered.
Cap,
looking.
I was giving arguments
Literally all
for
you
Smith the
said.
whole time. I was right there and you weren't listening. 'cause
And
you
then
don't
we gave
understand the
counter
I don't know,
arguments
Zach.
right
I'm not gonna
back.
lie. I think the stats just go to Waddle. He looks better on paper.
On paper.
I think,
Looks
I think
better
we're
on
gonna
paper.
take this one, Zach. We're gonna take this one.
No, we're not taking it.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy.
No, this is ridiculous. You came in here and you made me look bad, and you're the guest, and you're making everybody else look bad.
What are you gonna say?
I've been talking. You ain't
He's
been
been
listening.
talking.
I've
Right,
been
can we get
listening.
let's get everyone else's opinion, like Matt, Jack, and Luke. Who do you think's better?
Nobody else
I'll
has a
go
fucking opinion. Nobody
second.
cares.
Devontae
Yeah, I
Smith.
don't really. I like Waddle better.
Oh,
We only did this segment just because Constantine was coming.
Yeah.
And Constantine
like-
took
All right, personally,
No,
I
I like
like
Jalen
Who's
Waddle better
Stephen
because he
right
beat
now?
you down in the fantasy playoffs, boy.
I'll be honest. Coming into this, I thought Smith was better, but like after hearing all the stats, I think on paper Waddle's better on the field. But I do agree with what Con said. He doesn't perform in big moments. So
It's a
he
little
hasn't
I don't
gotten
know.
feel
given
like-
that opportunity enough yet. The Dolphins are just not. They just
No
haven't had as many
opportunity.
opportunities as the Eagles.
I feel like
Opportunities.
Just because the
Yes.
Eagles are a better team and play in the playoffs more doesn't mean that
Statistically,
Waddle
the
didn't
Eagles have been
opportunity.
a better team since both of them have entered the league. So
'Cause
yes,
we
he's
own
got
you guys.
he's gotten
The
more.
Dolphins
Just
are
like
poorly
we whooped your
ran.
ass
But we're
on
not
Sunday
talking
Night
about who's better.
Football.
We're not talking about who's better with the Eagles and the
We'll
Dolphins.
talk about it right now.
The
You'll talk
only
about
thing
whatever
Smith
I want
has
to
is
talk about.
playoff
buddy.
stuff, but that's. But
You're
if
my
you give Waddle extra games, as many games as Devontae Smith, maybe he could do something. You never know.
No.
You
You can't say that.
Devontae Smith also only has one touchdown in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. Which is
Okay.
not even like what the fuck is that?
Where's Waddle's playoff touchdowns? Where's his receiving yards?
But Smith also played four more games than him in the playoffs.
Bro, you can't just say that just because maybe just because he hasn't played any games doesn't mean maybe he might do better. Maybe Olamide Zacchaeus might break out and be the best receiver next year. That's not an
I'm
argument.
not saying Smith
That's
is
not an
Olamide
argument.
Zacchaeus.
I'm not saying Smith isn't. He's statistically better in the playoffs, Smith. Yes, as of right now. But there's no reason saying that Waddle can't do the same.
Because
thing,
he's a
given the
playoff
same
choker. That's
opportunity.
why.
I kind of agree with Kyle.
Bro,
How can you agree with Kyle?
we also played in Buffalo with who's our quarterback? I don't even Skylar Thompson.
Not
That
much
was
of an
our
upgrade from
quarterback?
Tua. Or downgrade from Tua.
Skylar Thompson against the Bills. And
No,
our defense
upgrade,
had,
Jack,
2
upgrade.
touchdowns that game, and we played the Chiefs in like negative
is an
degree
upgrade
weather,
from
and we were playing in Buffalo as well as like the extreme
Because you guys
underdogs against
stink
a
and you can't
healthy
get in a
Bills
home
team.
game.
All right. Are we moving on? Constantine, you got anything else to say?
I got nothing. The stats are just Waddle in Waddle's favor.
All right.
He's better.
Do we want to move on to his contract?
Oh God, yeah. Let's talk
Oh, I
about
love
Tua's
this topic.
contract.
This is great.
Oh,
Are you
shit.
gonna actually talk this time, Cons?
Yeah.
Let him go.
Kyle, how much did Tua get paid?
I'm not
Any
worried.
research from Marcus?
I'm more worried about how many years they give him. I'm more worried about that, not about the money. Because I think
What's
they'll
your
make
ideal?
a good.
What's your ideal contract for Tua then?
What would you give Tua?
I don't think he should get a really long deal, and there has to be a team opt out in that deal because of the injury path. Has to be.
Doesn't answer the question.
How much
Yeah,
did Tua get paid?
How much do you
And
think
for
he
how
should
long?
make per year for how long?
Oh, I looked at the other stuff, not this. Hold on. Can I search up like the top 10 most paid quarterbacks?
Bro!
I've got it right here.
Is Joe
All right,
Burrow and T-Law?
Yeah, I know, but how much are they getting paid?
55.
55 million.
For how
So
many
Tua
years?
should get like 5 a year.
5 years.
Oh no, I
think.
meant like 5 million a year.
Trevor Lawrence is his 5-year contract.
$5.
Same as Joe.
5 year, like 50-something million.
55 a year for 5 years.
Go. Who's the 10th highest paid quarterback?
That's 5 years, 275.
That's the 10th highest paid quarterback.
No, I was just saying.
10 is 45 million a year for 10 years. It's Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, sorry.
All right, I'm gonna call. What? Say it again.
10th is 45 million a year for 10 years, which is Patrick Mahomes. Just beneath him is Josh Allen at 43 mil a year for like 6 years, maybe.
I think he's worse than everybody on this list. Zach, are you on the CBS website?
Yeah, but like
No, I
Trevor
have
Lawrence
over
got
the
paid
cap.
Trevor Lawrence is worse than like most of those quarterbacks as well, and he's tied for like the highest paid quarterback. Like
Just answer the question. What should he get paid for how many years?
around like upper 30s, low 40s
Wrong.
a year. Yes. Well,
That's what he's gonna
first of all,
get. That's not what he deserves, though.
That's what he's gonna. That's 100% what he's gonna get.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
He shouldn't
I
get
think-
anything. He should get off the team.
It should be a 4 or 5 year deal with a second year team opt out. That's what it should be.
He should get to the XFL, bud. That kid is ass.
But there's no world where Tua accepts a contract where the team has a opt out, because that just shows that the Dolphins aren't confident in him. So why would he?
Yeah, that's
Why would
ridiculous.
It
he
doesn't
accept
matter. Then they should let him walk. They should not let Tua
They're not going to
decide
let
the
him walk.
terms of that
though.
They're not
contract.
gonna let him walk. They're gonna pay him. They
We're talking
literally
about
got
what
rid of.
should they do. We're not
They
talking.
got rid of players in this past free agency just to save up money for Tua's contract.
Are we talking about
Literally.
what should he make or what is he going to make?
What
We're
should?
talking about what should he make,
Should.
and they should let him walk if he won't take a thing with the opt out.
Okay, he's gonna make high 30s, low 40s. He should make probably low 30s.
He should
But
make
that-
the same
But
as
you could say the same thing about other
Baker
quarterbacks. Like,
Mayfield.
if you go to Lawrence, he shouldn't be making that much. He should be making like low 30s as well.
Yeah.
Lawrence is better than turnover.
No,
No,
he's
he's
No,
not.
no.
he's
Hold
not.
on, hold on.
I think you put Trevor
I-
Lawrence in the Dolphins offense, he's better than
No,
Tua.
hold on.
No,
No.
Yep,
Hold
he
on.
does
Let
better.
me defend my point. I don't mean that he's better currently. I think that if I was to put my franchise on one guy and pay a guy big, I would pay Trevor before I paid Tua. The injury
Yeah.
history and the fact that Trevor hasn't like had a great Jaguars team the past few years, whereas Tua's had great teams and he's done jack shit with it.
Let's not act like the Jaguars didn't have a solid offense last year that Trevor Lawrence could have easily done good with, but he didn't.
Were they not very injury prone?
I mean, sure, but was the Dolphins offense not really injury prone as well?
Here we go.
True.
Who got
Were
hurt
they
on
not?
the Dolphins? Tell me. Explain the Dolphins
Come on,
injury.
A-Chain.
What do you thought? Hill got hurt at the end of the year. Waddle was banged up throughout the year.
How many games did Hill miss?
Our O line was banged up throughout the whole year.
Answer the question.
What? How many games? I don't even know the exact games.
Waddle missed 3 games. How many games did Hill miss?
Hill missed like 1 or 2 because he came out of the Titans game like early, so I'm gonna count that as a game missed. Like he came out in the first quarter, and then he missed the
But he
next
came
game.
back.
Yeah, he
He
did
came back in that game after halftime.
But For like, yeah, but then he left it. He didn't do anything when he came in. It was literally
Yeah.
like a snap.
Well,
or
that doesn't matter.
He was a
Still
decoy.
came back.
Did he
What? So
play at all?
we're counting a game that he sat out 3 quarters for
That's
and
not
played
true.
for like
There's
3
no way
minutes.
he sat out 3 quarters.
Did he sit out 3 quarters? I don't know.
He sat out for most of the game. Yes, he did.
Hold on.
That's a good.
I
For the
remember
Titans game, he
I
sat
remember
out
he played
for.
in the 4th. He did play in the 4th. I remember that. So I watched that game.
He missed the next game. I know that for a fact, and he might have missed the game after that. I'm not.
Who did they
Because
play?
that was right around when he got. Everyone was talking about how he's not going to break the receiving record anymore. 'Cause
What
he
week?
got hurt.
What week was that game?
It was late, like
It was
It was
December
15.
11th. I don't know. So
That's probably
week
15
13.
or
13.
oh shit.
Or
13.
wait, no, there's probably a bye week in there, so maybe 14, 13 or 14.
Probably 14. Yeah, because
Uh,
fantasy playoffs was the next week. Not that I was in it, but
Totally what?
Week 14, he played 38 snaps. Week 13, he played 31. Week 15, I'm trying to find out when was this game. He played 41. So those 3 games, if it was one of those 3 games, it was right. It was on his average.
whichever
this
one
season.
was, whichever one was the Titans one is the one
He
he
had
got
4
hurt.
receptions,
I-
61 yards in that game, which
4
is the
receptions,
second
61.
most on his team for receptions and second most on his team for yards in that game. So
He started off good. He had a big catch at the beginning of the game, and then he got hurt. He got hurt literally like a couple plays after that. That's literally what happened. You can ask Matt. I'm sure Matt was watching the game.
oh, don't worry,
Okay.
I watched the whole damn thing.
The
My
Dolphins one was-
fantasy career depended on it.
Oh yeah, I was.
He did good at the beginning, and then he just got hurt shortly after, and then he didn't play
Yeah.
much for the rest of the game.
Hmm.
And whenever he did get in for a snap, he was just more like a decoy and was never like a target in the option, if you get what I'm saying.
So weeks 13 and 14, he played 50% and 47% of the snaps for that game, whereas usually he was playing about 80 before that and after that. So that's 2 games that he still played half the offensive snaps for.
So there, you
What the
can
hell-
take
what
out
are we
one
even
game
arguing
for
about?
it.
Yeah, I don't know what we're arguing about. I don't know.
We
What
were talking
arguing.
about how the Jaguars offense was injury prone.
Oh yeah.
Jaguars
Who was
suffered
injured
way
on the,
more
who
from
was injured on the
injuries.
Jaguars? I'm like actually not
Christian
like fully
Kirk?
sure.
ETN
My boy
Oh.
Christian Kirk went out.
Kirk, yeah, Kirk.
was really out for
I
a bit.
remember Kirk.
No,
No,
played.
really played. He just
Really played. He just didn't perform.
Yeah.
Ingram was healthy.
Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Evan Ingram was healthy. I thought he was healthy.
He was, yeah,
but
100 catch season.
All right, but that's like a good enough team. You get what I'm saying? Like he should be able to do a little bit. Going from the year he had before that to this year, he should have been able to take a little bit of a step up. You're telling me he had a better offense the year before this past year?
I don't think so. No.
Exactly. So why is Trevor Lawrence taking a step down while Tua took a step up this past season when the team got better?
You really take that big of a step up, bud?
All right, and if you look at the
How
Jaguars,
much of a step down did Trevor Lawrence take?
What?
Trevor Lawrence's step down was not a massive step down.
Okay,
it was
but
pretty shit for a first overall pick.
His previous years.
Yeah, was Trevor Lawrence even?
He had a
Like-
4,000-yard season, 21 touchdowns, not great, which is only 4 less, and he had 6 more interceptions. So it's a
4,000
step
isn't
down.
impressive nowadays. 4,000 isn't impressive.
Yeah, has Trevor
Danny
Lawrence
Dimes
ever really
has a
been?
stiff 4,000. Kyle's favorite quarterback, Danny, has a stiff 4,000.
Was Lawrence ever that good of an NFL quarterback? Like, obviously he was good, but was he ever like as
No.
hyped up as he was? No, right?
He was
Nice,
the first
man.
overall pick, and
No, he hasn't necessarily been playing. Like, he hasn't lived up to the hype, in my opinion.
I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
His step down from 2022 to 2023 is like barely noticeable. The only thing he did that like really changed was he threw 6 more interceptions.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's it.
that's a lot of
That's a
interceptions.
lot.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
is
lot
a
of
lot.
It is a
interceptions.
lot.
But yeah, but like his completion percentage is basically the same. His yards is basically the same. His average, completions literally the same. His touchdowns
Right.
is down 4.
But we're comparing a mid-season versus a mid-season. Like this isn't like a good season.
Of
He hasn't had
course,
a good
but
season.
for he hasn't had a good season?
Not for a first overall pick. Sure, his stats are good. They're not great or
He went
elite.
through
Like,
14
he's
picks
getting
last
paid.
year too.
How many yards?
4,000.
4,600.
How many touchdowns?
Let's say 4,000.
29.
They're not even that far off. Like,
Yeah, lucky.
Yeah, but
Right.
Dolphins are gonna pay
And-
Tua a lot of money. They're gonna.
And the reason Trevor got paid, the reason Trevor should be paid more than Tua, what'd you say, Cons?
The Dolphins are just gonna fuck up and give him $60 million.
Yes, they will, and that's the problem. They'll pay him a Trevor
No, I
Lawrence
want them.
contract.
I hope they do.
I hope they do
They're
too.
not-
So Kyle
They're
can sit in
not giving
poverty for
Tua
10 more
60.
years.
They're not.
Yeah.
There's not a chance.
1973, bud. How
There's
about
not
that?
a chance he gets 60
You haven't won a
million.
playoff games in the past decade or
Two
century.
decades.
24 years.
Yeah, not in this century.
Wait, what?
That's embarrassing.
Look,
Wait, when was your
if-
second Super Bowl win?
Oh,
Doesn't
It's the
matter.
only thing he said.
Oh,
Why is
why would
Cons
you say it's the
muted?
last time
Why?
we won?
if we
Cons,
want to
you muted
be,
yourself.
if we want to be both realistic and where Tua isn't getting paid too much, he's realistically, it's around 48 to 47 million dollars above Kyler Murray and Deshaun Watson.
That's absurd.
That's a realistic,
better-
but also
That's
Is
what
not
they're
absurd.
gonna
determined.
pay him. I don't think that's what he
He's better
should
than both
get,
of
though.
them.
It's
That's what I'm
realistic
saying.
as to what they're going to pay him. He does not deserve $47 million.
Did I
That
say
would
he
be
I told you he deserves like low 30s. Did I not at the beginning? I said
okay.
that.
So what the fuck
Yeah,
do
but
we
you're
talk
just
about Trevor
lowballing.
Lawrence for an hour for?
You brought up the injuries and everything. I don't know. I just went with it.
Kyle, I
The
got a
Jaguars
question.
weren't injured, by the way. Just throwing that out.
Would you
there.
rather start a starter franchise with Tua or Lawrence?
Tua.
Tua.
Wrong.
Tua. I'll
Tua.
start with Tua.
That's
I'll start with-
crazy.
But he's going to
Start
be out of the
Tua
league in
immediately.
3 years because his brain's in 17 pieces.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Alright, bro.
Concussions are a big
Either one
injury.
of
It's
them,
not like
I'd
you just come
Exactly.
back
What do
from
you
a
mean, all
concussion.
right, bro? Concussion's a huge thing.
It's not like you can avoid getting more concussions. Once you get a concussion, your chance to get another one goes up.
A lot of people take their kids out of football because of the concussion risk.
Right.
Who's
Right,
got
but-
some balls for
alright,
coming back, though? I got to give it to
In
him.
Tua's defense, he played all 17 games after coming back from what? Having 2 concussions last season?
Yeah.
For one
And he
year,
had the
that
best-
doesn't erase your lifetime concussion
Right, I understand
chance.
that, but still, he played all 17 games, which is the first
Good for
time in his
him.
career he's played all 17 games.
Yeah, that's
Great job. He did what he's supposed to do.
right.
Right, and in that time, he put up 4,600 yards and 29 touchdowns. Pretty decent. It's better than what Trevor Lawrence
Yeah,
has
it's a
done in his career.
decent season. It's a decent season.
Decent season, one of the best offenses in
If
the league.
that's decent, then Trevor Lawrence
That's
hasn't had a
true.
decent season.
Yeah.
He's had a solid season. How are you gonna
How
say
are you
Trevor
gonna call?
Lawrence
How are
is
you gonna call? How are you gonna call Tua's season this season decent, but then say what Trevor Lawrence has done has been solid? You just
Well,
can't.
look at the difference in the offenses.
right? Exactly. As if the Dolphins aren't one of the
Waddle
most
is a lot better
threatening
than
receiving
how
cores in the league.
Sure, that's true. That's true, but still, as a quarterback and a number 1 overall pick and a generational prospect, you should be able to elevate the offense. And Trevor Lawrence hasn't been able to do that.
He did,
That I
bro.
agree
Are we
with.
gonna act like Christian
No,
Kirk is
that's
some
true.
great receiver?
He played good last year in the number 1 role, and you were making the argument that Calvin Ridley had a good season last year too.
No, I didn't say he had a good season. I said that it could have been better if the Chiefs' game plan wasn't, the Jaguars' game plan wasn't shit.
Tua's stats were also limited last year to some of the games because of blowouts. Remember that too, and also having one of the top rushing offenses in the league.
Sure.
Limited. Mega put up 70 points.
Yes,
Yeah,
but
what?
you
Yeah,
know how
that's all
many
those
touchdowns
yards.
were on the ground? Tell me how many touchdowns were on the ground, Jack. In that game,
Bro,
tell me
look
how
at
we're
the
on the
rate
ground.
that they run. You can't talk about their
Uh,
you're saying their best
Tua got taken
run
out
game.
at halftime in 2 games this year, at least. The Texans and the Broncos game, he got taken out at halftime. That's 2 full halves where he could have put up easily another 100 passing yards at least, with another 2 touchdowns maybe. To be
Okay.
fair, in that offense, he
Yeah,
could
what?
put up another
What do you-
150 and a half easily. He could have
What?
easily gotten 5K passing yards this past season with
Hold on,
more
hold on.
and 30
Hold on.
touchdowns easily.
Timeout. You wanted to talk about you want to talk about how they have one of the best rushing offenses in the league?
Yes, they did.
They
scored
have it.
so many touchdowns.
They have one of the best based on efficiency. Do they have it based on how much they rush the ball? I don't think so. I don't think they rush the ball that much. Let's look it up.
Hey, Kyle. You guys scored 10 touchdowns in that Broncos game. 5 were rushes, 5 were passes.
Yes, okay, but some of the passing touchdowns wasn't Tua because he was out of the game. Search
Didn't
up how
Mike
many
White come in the
touchdowns
game?
were by Tua. There was like 2 touchdowns because he got
Four.
taken.
His
out.
receivers
4
bail him
were.
out, though. His receivers bail him out, Kyle.
4 of the 5
It's like
touchdowns.
a perfect throw every time.
Okay.
How can you just say his receivers bail him out?
Hey,
That's
hey,
ridiculous.
Dingling. 4 of
You
the
not see the
5
Chiefs
passing.
play?
Okay. 4 of the 5 passing touchdowns in that game were from Tua. My brain's fucking gone.
Okay,
All right,
so you just
Dingling.
said, all right, so you're just saying he had more touchdowns. What if he played another half? He could have had another like.
Hold on.
4 touchdowns.
What?
What?
You can't predict somebody to have 4 touchdowns.
What if he got his brain
In a
split into
half.
7 again in that second half?
All right, and you want to talk about the rushing game? They rushed at a league average rate. It's not like they rushed the ball a crazy amount. Just because they were efficient in the run game doesn't mean that they rushed it a crazy amount where it would take away from his passing stats.
Jack, how much time are we at? Out of curiosity.
40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should
They
we
rushed
talk
at a
about
league
the?
average rate.
Should
we
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 talk about
done
what?
here? Should we talk about the other thing that we were trying to talk about, the yearly awards or whatever that we were gonna do?
Well, I also have Tua versus Hurts argument, and I have Conce's just like
Right.
NFL
We'll drag
predictions.
him in that. He doesn't want. Kyle doesn't want to do that.
There's no argument
Wait,
anymore, Kyle.
What's the other one, Jack? 2 versus Hurts and what?
Con's predicting like where the teams are gonna finish in the standings, like we did in Pod 1 and 2.
That's a good idea.
That's
Who's
too
gonna
bad
do
because
that?
I was this whole time.
Should I do my standings? What do you guys want to do?
Sure.
This is the biggest
Alright.
disappointment of an episode of all time.
Yes.
Dude,
It's an awful performance.
what am I supposed to do here?
Fucking go at him.
Holy
Call him
shit,
fat
son.
or something.
It's not in lunch. It's not lunchtime. You are fat as
All
fuck,
the time
bud.
lunchtime for you.
I'll be back.
Alright, ready? Ready?
So you're
Yeah.
dumb.
The Dolphins are finishing 3rd in their division, but I don't want to hear it. Yep, Bills in 2nd. Yep, Josh Allen's carrying them.
I don't know about all that.
It's deplorable.
Wait, guys, how many wins do the Eagles get this season?
No, you know what I want to say.
Go for it, bro. Just say something.
All right, I'm gonna start the AFC East.
Okay.
I got Jets at 1, Bills 2, Dolphins 3, Patriots 4.
So
You
absurd.
can shake your head all you want, buddy. Your Dolphins got worse.
How are Dolphins third? I'm a Kyle on this. How are the Dolphins third?
I think Josh Allen is still gonna do what he does.
He's got no
Even with
defense.
no help, he's gonna do it. He's gonna keep scoring. I don't think they're gonna
There's
stop
only
him.
so
I don't think the
much
Dolphins
Josh
Gonna
Allen
are
can
keep
do.
stop him.
scoring.
How about when Aaron Rodgers' Achilles falls out again? And Mike Williams
Whoa,
tears the
whoa,
other
whoa,
ACL.
whoa, whoa!
No,
I
we
said that in
can't.
the first
I think
episode.
Rodgers
You were
gonna
getting all
bounce
mad
back. I think
about
Rodgers
that.
gonna be good.
Well, we agreed in the first episode, did we
No,
not?
I said, what if Aaron Rodgers tears this thing again? You were like, oh, you can't predict the injury. What if Patrick Mahomes gets shot in the head? That's where
No,
that
I
came
said that
from.
to Kyle
That's where
about
that
J.K.
came from.
Dobbins. I
That's
said
where
that to
came
Kyle
from.
about J.K.
No, you
Dobbins.
didn't. No, you didn't.
I posted the clip, bro. I would know.
That's funny.
He said
Yeah,
J.K.
but
Dobbins tore his
I said
Achilles.
it's a joke because I said that.
Well, whatever. I
You
changed
want
my
me to
opinion
give a
then.
record too, or no? You want to give a record
No.
prediction for each team, or just standings? Okay. AFC
Don't
North.
matter.
Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers.
Good
I got
list.
the
Move
Bengals coming
on.
second.
Not bad.
I think Joe Burrow is going to have a bounce back year.
Hey, Cons. Kyle thinks the Bengals are gonna finish 4th.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous, bud.
Bryce
Nah.
Harper just went Yabo.
You think the Steelers and Browns are better than them?
Don't care.
Cons, keep yapping, bud. Let's go.
No, I'm not
You're
just going
wearing
to keep doing this. You're
You're
going to.
wearing a hat
What am I
inside,
doing?
bud.
I'm going to keep
Let's
saying
go.
them? All right, AFC South. Texans, Colts, Jags, Titans. AFC West, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. What is this? NFC East, Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. NFC North, we got the Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings. NFC South, Falcons, Buccaneers, Saints, Panthers. And NFC West, 49ers, Rams, Cardinals, Seahawks.
Solid.
There you go.
So what do you think the Eagles
what
are
do you
going
think?
this year?
Yeah, we got to hear this.
Say it.
14-3. 14-3.
That's a great take. That's
Good
completely reasonable.
14-3. I don't think we can win them all.
How's
Let's go,
that not
Kyle. Let's
reasonable,
hear it.
Kyle? Come on.
Bro, it's giving me
14 and
flashbacks to when when Jack said 7 teams are going to win 14 games.
How? It's this one team.
It is, but dude, no teams last year won 14 games. What makes you think another team's going to do
They
it this
got
year?
better.
Yeah, but you think that much? The league around them got better too.
Not really.
Yeah,
The league gets better every year. So does that mean team's record can never go up?
I'm not saying that.
That's kind of
What'd
what
you say
you're
the
saying.
Dolphins' record's going to be, Kyle? What's the Dolphins' prediction here?
They'll win
He
like
didn't do records.
Yeah.
no, but for the Dolphins, they'll win like 10, 11
Lazy
games.
punk.
They'll win 10, 11 games. The Dolphins.
They're going 11-6, buddy. Oh yeah, didn't you say the Eagles
Like
got
11 and
worse?
6 is that.
Didn't you say the Eagles got worse?
What'd you say, bitch?
You said the Eagles got worse?
They are. They did.
How?
Okay.
They did get worse.
Who do we lose?
Their defense got worse. Jason Kelsey's gone. Fletcher Cox is
Oh,
gone.
yeah, Jason Kelsey's on defense.
Well, okay. I was just saying who you lost. You asked who
That's
you
the
lost, and
dumbest
I was
thing
just
ever.
naming players.
And then you
asked
said
who
the
you
defense
lost.
got worse.
You
And then the
asked who you
defense
lo-
got worse.
Shut
And then you
the
said
fuck up.
Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, listen, bro. Jason Kelsey's a big loss, but that's
Cam
offense.
Jurgens
That's
is
not
there.
defense.
Cam Jurgens is there.
Who cares?
Cam Jurgens
Still
I
a
love that
loss.
guy, man.
Significant loss.
What?
What are you yapping about?
What did you gain other than what's his face, Saquon?
2
Had a
corners
good
in the draft?
Two,
Had a
yeah,
good draft.
great
He had one of
draft.
the best drafts in the league.
Cooper DeJean, bro, and Keenan
And
Mitchell.
Quinion
Keenan
Mitchell.
Mitchell is good. Mitchell is good, but you passed up on the best corner in the draft.
Who?
Oh, no.
Arnold, the guy who went to the Lions.
Just like Brian Thomas is the second best receiver in the draft.
Alright,
Stupidest
Kyle-
thing
Brian
all
Thompson,
day.
Arnold is not a ridiculous take, but
You said
So-
that?
it depends about scheme and fit. Maybe Arnold didn't fit their scheme, but they
Yeah,
saw
but
what they liked in Quinion Mitchell.
You're trusting 2 rookies to step up on that defense with a new defensive coordinator and everything. That's a lot of pressure to put on 2 new players in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You don't. Who is Slay still there? Slay's still there, right?
No, he's not. He went
Yeah,
to
and
China.
Isaiah Rodgers
What?
is back.
That's the most.
Well, you
Who?
guys got rid of
Isaiah
Bradbury, right?
Rodgers.
Are you a casual? You know Isaiah Rodgers?
I know who he is. I know he's not like relevant.
He's
Well,
not
he was
relevant
hurt
because he was
last year.
hurt all last
What about
year.
your linebackers? Your linebackers
No,
are
he got suspended. He got suspended last year.
your
Gambling.
linebackers are shit.
Oh yeah,
Along with
you're
your
right.
safety.
We added what's his
Isaiah
name?
Rodgers.
Devin White. Yeah, he was
Devon
only
White-
good
you
his
don't remember
rookie
Disney?
season.
You don't remember Disney?
Devin White's great.
He was only
You
good
remember
his
when you were
rookie
crying
season.
in Disney
He was
like a bitch
only
in the
good
middle
his
of Magic
rookie season.
Kingdom? And you were
His
crying
rookie
like a
season
little
was the
girl?
only year he was good.
You need to stop talking about
He had
the
a prime
Eagles.
of 1
I don't
year
care
in his
about the
rookie
damn
season.
Eagles. You remember on the Haunted Mansion when you were crying like a little girl? You're being so obnoxious. You're being so annoying. Shut up. You're mad. You were mad you guys didn't get Devin White, bud.
I don't care about Devin White, bro. He's terrible.
You need him.
Yeah,
Your
he's
defense
terrible.
We got
blows.
Shaq Barrett.
You guys lost Vic Fangio.
Jack
The
Barrett.
better one.
Shaq
The better
Barrett.
one. Yep, the better one.
What are your corners, Kyle? Give me your corners. Who's on the Dolphins?
Jalen Ramsey, Kendall Fuller, and Cater Coe.
Cater
So
Cole,
Xavier
really?
Howard was a top 10 corner last year, right?
Yeah. What?
You guys didn't want to resign him?
What'd you say?
Couldn't
Dude,
afford to
Xavier
because
Howard,
they're going to
we
pay
don't
Tua
have the
$60
money.
million.
If we had money, we would easily re-sign Xavier Howard.
He wouldn't
Where's all
come
the
back
money
here
going right
16
now?
anyways.
Where's all the money going?
People want to win
To
To
nowadays.
his contract. To his contract. That's where it's
No, Vic
going.
Fangio. Oh my god,
Probably.
bro. Mike McDaniel vape. That's where all the money's going. Pothead.
Bro.
Is all the money going to the racism you guys have against your black coaches?
Yeah, you remember when you fired your black coach and you lost the pick for
I
it?
feel so bad
You know
for
who
him,
didn't
dude.
lose a pick?
I feel
The
so
Philadelphia Eagles, found innocent. Beat the charge. Dolphins didn't.
Falcons didn't either.
Why is my
Yeah.
face red?
The Dolphins didn't beat shit.
The only thing you guys improved on is
They didn't beat anybody in the playoffs either.
What even is the argument that's going on right
How
now?
did the
Yeah, I don't
defense
even know.
not improve?
We're talking about Eagles got worse, Kyle says.
Okay.
Hello?
They did
How
lose
did the
Reddick.
Eagles not improve, Kyle?
Hello,
What Eagles makes them worse?
No one asked me anything. What up?
I said, how did the defense not improve? How did they get worse?
How did it
nobody asked
improve?
me anything.
How
did
did
it
it improve?
Sure, you got two young corners, which is not bad, who are both solid, right?
Jeremiah
And you're gonna-
Trotter.
What'd you say?
Jeremiah Trotter.
I don't even know. Oh, no, I do know that. I know who you're talking
He
about.
Don't
plays
know
on
who
your
that
favorite
is.
college
You know-
team.
you know
That's
that-
pretty.
I know
That's
he's the
embarrassing.
Clemson guy. I know he's the Clemson guy. My fault. Yeah.
The Clemson guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is the Clemson guy because nobody else is good on that shit team.
All right.
Were y'all even ranked last
the
year?
linebackers are shit. Your linebackers are terrible.
Jeremiah Trotter's a linebacker, dumbass. And Devin White's a
Devin
linebacker.
White and
So
Jeremiah
terrible.
Trotter are shit, right?
You're still terrible. Who are your safeties?
What?
Reed?
I asked
Who are our safeties?
I asked a question. Who is your safeties?
Reed
Reed
Blankenship.
Blankenship and CJGJ.
Oh yeah, we did get him back. I forgot.
Isn't Bradbury?
Bisbee,
Aren't
yeah.
they putting Bradbury
Yeah, and
back there too?
Ballberry's becoming a safety.
Brad,
Ballberry's
let's go
becoming a safety.
Brad at safety too.
Allberry's becoming a safety, bro. He can go to safety. He's fucking
Dolphins need
terrible.
him. They
You
blow.
gotta pick two all.
What?
Yeah, he'll go play safety on the Dolphins immediately.
Our safeties are Javon Holland and Jordan Poyer.
Okay.
I don't think any of your safeties are starting over our safeties.
Javon Holland and Jordan Poyer are shit. How many games did Jordan Poyer play last year?
Okay, all right.
You guys probably overpaid him too. You guys probably gave him a vape and some change, bud. I don't want to hear it. The amount of vapes you've been giving out to the team. Everyone smokes in that
Oh my god.
locker room. Listen. The Dolphins aren't going over. They're probably gonna go 9-8 max. I'm not gonna lie. Do is trash. You guys better not pay him.
You're bouncing.
You guys better not pay him. That's all I gotta say. Don't pay Tua.
Tua's going to have 5 more concussions, and he's going to be out of the league with traumatic brain injury at the age
You know how hard
at
it is
the
to
ripe
find a
age
good
of
quarterback?
26.
You know how hard it is to find a good quarterback
Yep,
now?
and you guys know how hard it is because you haven't found one yet.
Nope.
You know how hard it is
there.
to find a
He's
quarterback
right there.
Tua? It's
We
not
just
that
gotta pay him.
hard. It's not
We
that
just
hard.
gotta pay him. Jalen Hurts.
He's right there when
Just
you
because
tank
you
for the
pay him
draft
doesn't
next
mean
year.
he's good.
Or did I say that?
You just said all we got to do is pay him.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he's that. All right, but I'm saying he's a good quarterback, which means we should pay him. That's how it normally works. You don't pay a shitty quarterback.
Huh, the Dolphins
Y'all were
do.
about to do it.
You're about to do it.
know how
You're
much-
about to sign a shitty
We're
quarterback,
not.
$60 million a
We're
year.
not. He's not
How
getting
much cap
60
space the
million a
Dolphins
year.
have?
He's not getting 60 million a year. I don't know why everyone thinks he's
Probably
getting 60
is.
million. He's
He
not.
probably is.
Yeah, he probably is. He probably is.
How come all your favorite sports teams are barely about to go over the cap? Or not
Yeah, they're all
barely.
spenders and they all suck.
The Mets are way over the cap, and they blow. The Mets. Sorry, not the Mets.
Nah, don't worry.
New York
Don't worry.
Mets.
They're 2025
Yeah,
is
the,
the year.
the Mets are on a 7-game win streak. You're right.
7-game win
How
streak,
many
and you're
games
still like
back are
12 games back.
In the division, we're like a game and a half back from the wild card.
Yeah, you're gonna get
Is your
reverse
goal
swept
to
in
be a
that
wild
again?
card team?
You gonna get reverse
What?
swept in wild card again? When the Padres put
How
that
did we
spanking
go-
on you?
How did we just go from?
It doesn't matter. We can talk about baseball.
Yeah, stand that ass up, buddy. Don't sit the fuck.
This is gonna be Tua. I'm gonna get a bobblehead of Tua soon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a
easy.
ball
Tua is
Yeah,
not
it makes
that
sense. The
wide.
Quarterback
bobblehead
next
makes
time?
sense because
Is he
his
a top
brain
5
is
quarterback
rattling in
next
his
time?
skull. His brain's bouncing around his skull, bud.
Is that a top 5
that's
quarterback
crazy.
right there?
That's crazy.
It's true.
That's what happens when you have a concussion. The tissues in his brain aren't all the way there. Piece of shit.
All right.
Hawaiian
Is there
douchebag.
anything else we have to go over real quick?
Yeah, let's go over my fucking nuts in your mouth in UFC, bitch. That's why you're
All
ducking.
right. Here we go. It's time for Jack to edit again.
Let's do
No.
it.
Here we go.
Constantine, just start cussing
Run
Kyle.
me back in UFC, you fucking bitch. Meet me at 175.
Hey, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit.
You know,
I will
meet me
knock you the
at
fuck out.
175
I will
PS,
knock
bitch.
you out. I will leave you
little
flat on the pavement like a
cock
little
you,
bitch.
little toad.
I'll bend you over like a bitch. I'll smack you on the ass like my bitch.
Taking a guillotine, little fucking pussy ass bitch.
Go
Taking
beg
a
the
rear
fat
naked
guy
choke.
at Pizza Village
Taking a
for a
rear
refill, you
naked
dumb
choke.
bitch.
Fuck
Do you want your
you,
fifth refill of the
prick.
day?
You
You want your
tooth
fifth
prick.
refill of the day, fat
Fuck
fuck?
you.
Fat fucking chode. Chode bitch.
Alright, I think that's enough for Jag.
Cons, bro, say
There was
something.
just no
Curse
reason
at
for
him.
that.
I got nothing to say. I just want to know: is Dan Marino top 10 quarterback all time?
Let's hear it, Kyle.
He is.
Top 5? Is he in the top?
Top 10,
Oh,
top
no,
10
wait.
skilled.
Before we end the episode, no. This is a good question.
He's a top 10
Listen.
skilled quarterback all time.
Who cares about skill if
Is
you can't
Patrick
win?
Mahomes in the top 5 quarterback conversation yet?
He's a top 10 quarterback all time, Dan Marino.
Top 5. No,
What?
Patrick Mahomes, dumbass.
We're talking about Patrick Mahomes now, dumbass.
Oh, we are? Okay.
You
Let's
little
Yeah,
see.
retard.
Patrick Mahomes top 5 quarterback all time. I think he's
Nope.
number 5.
Not yet.
Who's ahead of him?
Bro, I don't want to list my. I don't know, bro. I gotta figure out. I gotta look at the. Well,
Who's ahead
Manning,
of him?
Montana, Brady, easily. All those three easily.
Who's the
better
first
than
one you said?
Manning.
Manning, Montana, and Brady all easily clear him. And then there's other guys in there too that I just have to
Like
look
who?
at.
Like
Steve Young.
who?
Steve Young's better. Yeah.
Steve Young? That's the
Oh,
fourth
Drew
team he went
Brees.
to was
Drew
Steve
Brees.
Young?
Drew Brees. Drew Brees is
Better
better
than
all
Pat
time.
Mahomes.
Drew Brees is better all time. A-Rod's better all time.
Get the fuck out of here.
Where did you get Steve Young from?
What do you mean?
Steve Young?
Yeah,
Steve
he's
Young
good.
is arguably not even top 10.
What? That's ridiculous.
What has Steve Young done to be a top 10 quarterback of all time?
What are you talking about?
Where's
He's
his list?
won a ton.
Where's Kyle's list?
He's won one Super Bowl.
Did he
A
actually only win
ton?
one Super Bowl?
He was one Super Bowl.
You weigh a ton, fat bitch.
I know you're talking to Constantine, right?
No, I'm talking to you. Cons, that Eagles hat is way too tight.
Okay. Okay.
All right, are we done? I think we're done.
Yo, Cons, pull out the Lubriderm.
The
Oh, it's not here
Lubriderm.
right now. It's not here. It's not here.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. I'm doing the outro, all right?
You're not f***ing him, bud.
Fuck you.
You.
Fuck you, buddy.
So, we had the argument about Devonta
Do the
Smith
outro.
and Jaylen Waddle. Shut up. We had the argument about Tua. We had a little argument about, the Dolphins. Wherever the hell the argument takes us is where we're going to go. Shout
Good
out
boy.
Constantine for saying about 20 words in the entire episode.
Such a disappointment.
Never coming on again. Never coming on again.
What do y'all want me to do?
Argue?
Something more.
Yap, you do that in
Yes,
person all
I
the
did
time.
argue with him.
You yap
Barely.
all the
I
time.
did argue with him.
Not until like 40 minutes in.
You argued with a wall.
Oh, Bud's
Yeah,
showing
you left
stats
me
about
hanging
Jaylen
on the
Waddle.
Waddle argument.
Yeah, I had nothing for you there. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I
he's
didn't.
got
You
this
left
one.
me
He's
out
got
to
this one.
dry.
He's got this
I kind
one.
of did, Zach. I'm not gonna lie. That's my
All
bad,
right.
bud.
How many years
Next
have we been arguing that?
God, can we just end this fucking episode, please?
We're gonna keep
No.
arguing that for years, bud. It's not going away.
It will go away after this next year when Waddle
Never.
breaks
No.
out.
When Waddle
Break-
breaks his ACL. I'm predicting it. Waddle torn
praying on
ACL
people's
this year.
downfall. We're praying on
No,
people's
I'm predicting it. I'm not praying on it. I'm
You're
predicting
preying
it.
on Smith's
Why are
downfall.
we predicting
I hope he
people's
stays
downfall?
healthy. I hope he stays healthy. But he's going to tear his ACL.
All right, we'll end the episode. Let's go.
All right. Next episode, episode
Yeah,
6.
good
we got
bitch.
hot takes about sports and life in general. Don't worry about Kyle's hot take. You don't got to watch it. It's terrible. And we also have our top 10 songs of all time. We're switching it up from the sports, moving over to a different subject. Let us know if you like that kind of stuff. We'll see you in the next one.
That's it.